Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. Well, I'm not seeing a bingo here, but I can easily sort this rack out with Mew. Just pausing in case I have a bingo. Could it end men, West men, stew men? I don't think so. I am going with this. Wow, all bingo-y tiles, but so many duplicates. Could there be a bingo here? Just wondering about senettes. Doesn't feel quite right. And it's good. Wow. Will I get to play that? And does it have an anagram? So I have the Ness ending with T-E-N. Not seeing anything there. News with the W. No, so at the moment all I'm seeing is senettes. And there are a couple of spots for that. There's row I and there's column 10. Both could be blocked. Great, I am able to get my bingo down, but where's the best spot? And do I have a double-double through the E? Well, triplicate E. So that will be Ness with E-N-T. No, not seeing anything. Tate only takes an S. Okay, so this is the play. If I played it at the top, it would open row A. Senett's for 71. I draw the Q, but I have good tiles for getting rid of it. I have Chi and Caddy and Cade. And Cade plays in row I. And it's plural in row M, so I'm not stuck with the Q. But I won't be scoring very much with it, and I won't be leaving a good rack leave. Cade leaves E-double-I, so I could have a horror show next turn. Just 71 for senettes. Now, 22 for opponent. Any new Q spots? I don't think so. And what about playing Chi rather than Cade? I think Cade just scores more points. And I do have an I for going underneath the Q, which opponent may not have. Mew takes an S in front for future reference. Now I am setting up an X spot. But what alternative do I have? Just QI, but I don't think AD massively helps E-double-I, and this scores more. I'm going with this. Well, not great, no scoring tiles to help get rid of these vowels, but I have a good lead. And airy is good, A-E-R-I-E, so that is one way of dealing with this vowel. Glut, and I can play that in row J, getting value from the Q. Does it play anywhere else? Gosh, so nearly in column 13, but SE not good. Ted takes an S in front. Great, just 11 for opponent. And I have airy here, which takes an F in front, I believe. 24. Well, again, not a great rack, a long way from a bingo, but I have some scoring tiles. And Hilly and Haley are both good. 4 ends to come for this QI spot. My H can go next to on, but I'm not going to sort the rest of the rack out. Board feeling slightly cramped. Vors shuts down the bottom of the board because there are no 2-letter V plays. I guess the left-hand side of the board through the floaters in airy and in row K. Wow, what a play by opponent. 78 points. I lead now by only 10. Gosh. So what am I going to do? C takes nothing in front. Just looking to see if there's anywhere for Hilly, Haley, or Hiley, and I'm not seeing anywhere. Wow. What am I going to do? And no N for chin. Nothing which goes in front of the P. C, my H can go under the C, but not to good effect. What about column 8? Do I have a play ending STED? I do not. I feel this rack is too good to change. But I'm at a loss as to what to actually play here. Can I get my H or Y doubled? No, not that I can say. Wow. I am in trouble here. What about a play in column 13? No, not seeing anything. I could play just HI, but the rack leave is pretty grim. I really do want to play through the E of airy. Ah, well, I do have this. Rayleigh for 26, that sorts the rack out. Y covers the double letter square. I'm going with this. Good grief, 4 eyes, okay. But I have scoring tiles. And I have a slender lead. And I really need to play off 2 eyes. But I'm going to struggle to play off any more. So I may be changing. I have highlight through an L. Probably better than changing. 14 points, good grief, keeping double I, NY. Still 1 blank to come. I'm expecting opponent to take out row O, and he does, 30 points. And the V play prevents plays in row N because there are no 2-letter V plays. And my lead now has shrunk to just 7 points. Now, what I didn't notice last turn is row H for HE plays. I'm not sure I did have anything, but that is a hottish spot. I now have an N for chin, but I can't play that without retaining 4 eyes, which is ridiculous, so I'm going to have to look elsewhere. I still have this, Hilli for 14, well, this is going to be very close to changing. In fact, I'm minded to change. And I'll retain I and N. Well, pretty grim. What can I do here? I have Azure in column 11. I would like to play 2 of U, U and Z, and I think I need to play the Z for score. I have Azurn on my rack. Not seeing anything in column 8. Still both Fs available for fairy. And I don't have a play ending AN, so that spot remains available. Nothing goes after AE. So at the moment it's just Azure, which takes an R in front and sticks a Z next to a double word square, so gifting opponent an easy score. Surely there's an alternative play. So what about this E? Wow, opponent with 2 U's as well. Ah, and look at that, I have Azure, but not hitting the triple. How agonizing. But what I was thinking about is, can I get ZE to play twice? Don't think I can. I do have Unor in this spot for 12 points, but the rack lever is pretty hopeless. Gosh, floating U, and I have 2 U's on my rack. The agony of Scrabble. I'm about to play Azure, and I think I will. This point about sticking the Z next to the double word square, well, if opponent plays there, he'll be leaving alone this U, which, although it's not great with this rack leave, if I draw a scoring tile, there should be a 30-point play available. I still don't like this, but I think I am going to go with it. I just haven't seen anything else. Yeah, I'm going with this. Wow, pretty good pickup. Suddenly the rack is looking very close to a bingo. I have Dunia, and Razia's good, so I have a bingo in row B. What about column 1? What about unruined? I think that's good. So I think I have an unblockable bingo. Wow, what a turnaround from 4 I's and 2 U's. And in earned is the anagram of Dunia, and that gets doubled, but at the price of placing an I. Great, this option remains available. Zimb takes an I. Wow. And just to mention, unruined is not a triple, so this is better. In earned for 96. Wow. And I draw looking. Will that play anywhere? Gosh, what a turnaround. And still no F for fairy. Gosh, I don't think there is anywhere for looking, which is slightly annoying. Yeah, just not seeing anywhere for it. But wow, 96 for in-earned. Fantastic. Yeah, I would just need LE to be good, and it's not. And I'm not seeing any 8s with this rack apart from the plural of looking. Now, 56 for opponent. Ibex takes a V in front. Opponents played both of those. But wow, good score, 56 points. Maybe it's time to play in column 1. What about Owking? I think that's good, but it's not getting my K doubled, which is where the big points are going to be. Ulicon doesn't fit. I'm not seeing anything which gets the K or the G doubled. Now I've forgotten what I was going to play. Owking. Let me see what this looks like, because I have Oolong as an alternative. Owking for 36. Oolong is just going to score less, so I'll go with this. If this isn't good, I'll go with Oolong. No, it's not good. So I have Oolong for 24. Wow. And I draw an F just after I block the fairy hook. But what a lot of scoring tiles. 5 on the rack. Oolong takes nothing in front. But I have a 50-point lead, so tightening the board is good. But there are 2 very good lanes. There's row B because of the R hook for Razia, and there's column 14. But both of those are 1 row away from the edge of the board, so will provide access to triple word squares. And surely I can score well with this rack. Just wondering if I've got to play in row M, getting a big tile on the double letter square. And what about column 14? Not seeing anything there. I have Hauk and Hup, and that's another good lane, row D.3 is going to get rid of 3 3 of my 5 scoring tiles. The remaining tiles ridiculously bingo-y, so opponent might be about to take the lead. This could be a close one. Y can go in front of up. Not seeing anything in column 14, which gets doubled. And I can't really take advantage of the triple letter square in front of ON because I don't have anything which goes in front of HE. Opponent taking a while with this play. Great. Takes out a bingo lane. Expedites the end of the game. And plays off a lot of bingo-y tiles. Now that was my Hauk spot. If I play in row C, then I'll be taking out the Razzia hook, forcing opponent to bingo in column 14. But can I do this in a way which doesn't create a new lane? Tricky. So what I could do is just play 12 tiles left, is just play Hauk here, forcing opponent to bingo in row B, providing access to triple word squares. And Hauk, well, it does provide this column 15 spot, but look at this, I've got the Y for going next to the K if opponent doesn't take it. So I think this has merit. 26 points. I'd like more from this rack, but I'm not seeing where to get it. I guess I hadn't fully considered row M, but I don't think flowy is good. No, I am going with Hauk. Not good, but which means the J is the only non-bingo-y tile left, so I'm expecting something to come down in row B, or must be a high probability, but no. Oh, but 42 points for opponents. A bingo now from him would be the end for me. And look at this, I don't have any 4-letter Y plays. How brutal is that? What I do have, though, is this, which is pretty good, 49 points, and leaves 1 in the bag, so it gives me a chance of surviving a row B bingo. And a row B bingo is not going to get doubled. Iffy for 49. And I draw the blank, fantastic. And opponent now, well, what I hadn't realised is opponent's play of Bran burnt the last R for Razzia. So he is not going to be playing in row B because I have drawn the blank. Fantastic. And now my lead of 69 points looks pretty good. I won't be able to bingo myself with 5 vowels. Although there will be 8-letter plays with these tiles. Assadow, for example, ending AAI, but no floating S. Supposing the J is in the bag, does opponent have a bingo? And although that doesn't play in row B, there is now row O available for bingos ending in Y. So no scoring tiles at the end of this game for me. And really struggling to see anywhere to play. But I'll see after opponent's next play whether I get to have 1 more move or 2. And I could use the blank as a V and play Ava for 30 points. Wow, that's pretty good. And I may then have an out with AEGI. So I could play Agile through the L, leaving that Ava spot available. So 11 for opponent. He played off just 1 tile. So I wonder if the J was in the bag. So what to do here? Yeah, I can't use the blank as an R and as a V, so I don't have anything huge in row B. I do quite like the idea of keeping Arva available. Agile doesn't provide any great J spots. Are there any great J spots I should be blocking? No, I don't think so. Certainly none that would win the game for opponent. Opponent may block Arva by playing Jam or Jams. Should I be playing Arva first? How long do I have? I have 8 minutes. Let me try and get this right. So what if I play Arva? Does opponent have... Yes, opponent has jested, so that's madness to play that first. I think I do play Agile, and although Arva would be nice, I'll definitely have tons of options with this rack. So, Agile for 12. So, I have Arva. What if that's blocked? I have Asar in column 8 for 9. AAS is good. But I can't use the blank as an R with a 3-letter play. Just wondering if I should have played Agila, keeping A, E blank, and then I would have had R. Probably would have been a better play, and also AVE. However, it's not going to affect the end of the game. 40 for opponent. And yeah, I'm not seeing anything better than Arva. And the final score, 366 for opponent, 430 for me. A winning margin of 64 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a game. Felt fairly comfortable at times, but other times I felt that opponent was breathing down my neck. So it was me to go first. And wow, I could have played Nmu for 28. And I played the shorter word for 16. 12 fewer points. Yeah, I still prefer short plays. Opponent for the opening move. Opponent plays Tate. And now I have Senates in a whole bunch of places. I get 71, but I6. Because of Orn. Yeah, I could have played completely underneath Mu for 3 more points. Opponent plays O. Now F7. Interesting. Caddy, 8, door, and it for 30. That's 6 more points than where I played. Yeah, and stops opponent getting value from the queue, so that would have been better. Opponent plays Vors. And now a lot of vowels. I play Airy, and that looks fine. And great spot for opponent. He's got the blank, but he's only got 1 vowel, and it's a tricky one to see. Now, I finally came up with Rayleigh, but this was a rack I was despairing with. I just couldn't see any options. And apart from Rayleigh, look at the remaining rack leaves. Only Aliyah, which is similarly obscure, provides a half-decent rack leave. So, delighted to have finally spotted that. Opponent plays Levy, and I have this horror show to deal with. So I have hand for 41, but retaining 4 eyes. What do I do? Interesting, I change. Wow. 4 eyes and a Y are not worth minus 41. 41 points is 2/3 of a bingo, so maybe hand was the play there. So what is 4 eyes and a Y worth? I is about 0 or minus 1 or 2. The second I has dyssynergy of minus 5, so double I is worth probably about minus 7 or 8. Triple I probably around minus 20. Fourth I probably about minus 30 to 40, and the Y makes it worse. So actually, I think this rack cleave is between minus 30 and minus 40, and therefore changing might not be so bad. Now, opponent's rack plays U2. I couldn't see a way of getting value from that, but, well, I was saying but this azurine is not in column 1, it's in column 11 for 32 points. What do? I prefer my play. Yeah, 28 points, keeping INU. Yeah, I think sticking an A next to this double letter square is just inviting opponent to score well. Now, opponent plays Zimb, which is amazing because my rack has miraculously transformed into a bingo. Oh no, look at this. Unruined is not good, it's uninured, and that is a triple. Wow, what a miss. I definitely considered that U and decided that the 8 was unruined, but it wasn't. So my glee at finding inurn for 96 turns to ashes as I leave 44 points on the table. Okay, now opponent's rack plays Ibex. I have looking nowhere for it. OK, I10. Interesting. OK and Con for 33, leaving a decent 5-letter set. And I play Oolong for 24, keeping KI. So I think OK would have been the better play. I don't think the U is particularly dangerous, even though I did have a triple through it. Opponent plays Guia. Now, look at this, nothing, even though I've got all these scoring tiles, there's nothing over 35 points available. So I play Hauk for 26, partly for strategic reasons, taking out a bingo lane. B13. Interesting, Homey playable in column 13, but that keeps 3 scoring tiles, so that's another reason for preferring Hauk. Opponent plays Bran for 42, which was a nice find. And now look at this, just 20 points between us. Wow, there is a Y play in column 15, Yaff, for 64 points. So this is another move where I was delighted with my play, only to find on analysis that there was a much better one available. So I play Iffy for 49, but Yaff available for 64 in the same spot. And my poor opponent, I was looking at the remaining tiles, thinking how bingo-y they were, but they're only bingo if you have a balanced set of vowels and consonants, and opponent has all the consonants and all the vowels are on my rack or in the bag. So opponent plays Con, and now, well, this is where I play Agile for 12. Interesting, Gave for 34. Quite nice. I don't think opponent would have had a row AJ play if I'd played that, and I would have options for AIA, I'm sure. So opponent plays Japed. And finally, Arbor for 30 is best. So, what a game. Very exciting stuff. I felt I was doing well, but opponent was breathing down my neck, and the remaining tiles towards the end were bingo-y, and there were bingo lanes, so I wasn't safe until very close towards the end of the game. And 2 standout moments in the game were when I played 2 excellent plays, only to find out that they were massively inferior to much better ones. But that's why it's good to analyse your games, so that you can see what you missed and hopefully learn from that. Anyway, many thanks to opponent for a good battle. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.